Hi, in this video we will see how we can download and install Visual Studio Code. So let's get started. At first we need to open our favorite browser. Like for my case, I open Google Chrome browser, and once we are in the Google Chrome browser, I'm going to enter google.com, and once we are at the search page of Google, then it's time to type Visual Studio Code inside this search box. Once we type Visual Studio Code, then we can easily hit return key or enter key of our keyboard. Once we hit the return key or enter key, then Google will show us a search page with Visual Studio Code. The first link, which is code.visualstudiocode, is the official website to download Visual Studio Code. We just need to access this website by clicking this link. Once we click this link, then we will find this type of page, which is the official download link of Visual Studio Code. Here we will find one button, download for Windows. That means this is the installer download link. We just need to click here, and then it will come to this page, and very shortly it will open this type of window, and we need to save to a location in our hard disk for the installer. Once the installer is downloaded successfully, then it's time to access the installer and run it. So I'm going to minimize the browser because we don't need it anymore. So once we minimize the browser, basically we need to go to the folder location where Visual Studio is downloaded. So I'm going to open the folder, and then from here I'm going to click on downloads folder, because our Visual Studio installer is downloaded over there, and here we are seeing this is the exe file for the installer. What we need to do, we just need to double click on top of this Visual Studio Code installer. Once we double click, it will start installation of the Visual Studio, and once we start the installation, we don't need this window anymore. So I'm going to minimize this window, and let's wait till the Visual Studio installer is loaded successfully. And once it loaded successfully, we have to agree the terms and condition. So I have to check this thing, I accept the agreement, and we need to click the next button to go to the next step. I'm going to click the next button, and then it is showing where it will be installed. We can change the path, but I'm not going to change the path. I like to keep it on the default location. And then finally we have to click on the next button, and if you want to check how much space it will take, you can also check. I'm going to click the next button, and it will go to the next step. Here we also don't need to change anything, and then again we need to click the next button one more time. Once we click the next button, then it will show us couple of options. We can ignore all the options, and finally we can click the next button again to start the new installation. Now we will see on install button. This is the final phase to start the installation. We just need to click here, and then Visual Studio Code installer will start installation of Visual Studio Code. It will take like 1 minute to 2 minutes. And once the installation is completed successfully, we will get one type of confirmation page. So here we are seeing that Visual Studio Code is installed successfully on our computer. Now click on the finish button to close this window and to finish the installation. Once we complete the installation, now it's time to run the application. So I'm going to click search box, and then I'm going to type Visual Studio Code here, or you can go manually on your application to open the software. Once we find it, we just need to click this option, that means Visual Studio Code, and then it will start opening the Visual Studio Code on our Windows computer. And once it is open, it will look like this. There will be a welcome page, and couple of themes are there. By default, it is selecting that first theme, which is dark modern. If you want to change the theme, you can also do. I'm going to maximize this window so that it will look nicer. And here we are seeing there are other theme also. If you want, you can change it, but I'm not going much deeper to change this theme. We just plan to install the software, and that's it guys. In this way we can easily download and install Visual Studio Code on our Windows computer. Hopefully this video will be very helpful for you to start the installation and to use the Visual Studio Code on your computer. If you have any question or if you face any issue or problem, just put in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching the video.